A downed power line sparks a brush fire near Mesa del Caballo, bringing firefighters from several departments and the Tonto National Forest before crews stopped the fire at just 3/4 of an acre. Yavapai County search and rescue volunteers have had a very busy weekend this past weekend, responding to 5 backcountry emergencies ranging from mountain bikers overcome by extreme heat to a missing hunter. Prescott Police released their latest traffic enforcement numbers, including 11 DUI arrests, 23 vehicle impounds, and nearly 50 crashes. And Arizona is changing the way it grades its public schools, with state officials saying the change could cause about 1 out of every 10 schools to drop a full letter grade. Good morning, Central Arizona. I'm Randy Roberson, and this is Tonto-TV, your Central Arizona news.
From Prescott and Basin to Sholo, Flagstaff to Fountain Hills, Tonto-TV.com. We don't tell you what to think, just the facts, man.
Well, topping our news today, quick work by firefighters Tuesday afternoon kept a brush fire near Mesa del Caballo, northeast of Payson, from becoming a much larger problem. At approximately 2:30 yesterday afternoon, Payson 911 received a report of a downed power line on the southwest side of Mesa del Caballo with smoke coming from the area. An engine was initially dispatched to investigate. When firefighters arrived, they discovered approximately half an acre of brush burning and immediately requested a full first alarm response along with assistance from the Tonto National Forest. That brought additional resources from Payson along with Water Wheel Fire and Medical and Hell's Gate Fire Departments. Firefighters launched an aggressive attack and were able to stop the fire's spread at approximately 3/4 of an acre. Tonto National Forest crews remained on the scene afterward to make sure the fire was completely extinguished. The official cause remains under investigation by the Tonto National Forest, although authorities say the downed power line is believed to be the most likely cause. And there's another important part of this story. Officials say the relatively small size of the fire is also a good example of the value of fuels reduction work previously completed by the Tonto National Forest in that area. Combine that work with a rapid response and cooperation between local fire departments and federal firefighters, and what could have become a much larger wildfire was stopped at less than an acre. In other news, it was one very busy weekend for volunteers with the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office this past weekend, with teams responding to 5 separate backcountry emergencies across the county. And one of those calls demonstrates just how quickly Arizona's extreme summer heat can become dangerous. 12 Verde Valley Search and Rescue volunteers were deployed after 2 mountain bikers became lost near the Erie Trailhead outside of Sedona. By the time rescuers reached them, both were suffering from severe dehydration, with one experiencing a heat-related illness. Volunteers immediately began cooling the riders, providing electrolytes and frozen cloths before getting them into air-conditioned four-wheel drive vehicles. They even repaired a damaged bicycle to help complete the rescue. But that was hardly the only call. As we reported yesterday, teams conducted an extensive 5-mile multi-trail search near Birthing Cave for visitors reported missing and searched the Devil's Bridge area following reports of a hiker calling for help. In another operation, 13 volunteers using 9 four-wheel drive vehicles successfully located a missing hunter near Lower Wolf Creek. Crews also provided medical care to a Good Samaritan whose ATV rolled, recovered a lost dog, and responded to the backcountry near Mayer to check on a family stranded by a broken radiator. Fortunately, that family was safe and well supplied. The Sheriff's Office is thanking the dozens of volunteers who gave up their time to respond to those calls. They're also reminding visitors that recreation around Sedona during the summer can become dangerous very quickly. Temperatures climb rapidly, there's often little or no shade on the Red Rock trails, and dehydration and heat illness can set in before people realize they're in trouble. So know the trail, carry more water than you think you'll need, and know your physical limits. Well, still ahead, Prescott Police released their latest traffic enforcement numbers, including hundreds of citations, nearly 50 crashes, and a dozen commercial vehicles ordered off the road. And Arizona is changing the formula used to determine school letter grades, with state officials acknowledging the change could cause about 1 out of every 10 schools to receive a lower grade. Those stories and much more coming up next.
I'm Garrett Goldman, and this year my wife and I decided to remodel our home. The home was built as a period-specific home modeled after an 1800s farmhouse and had single-pane windows which were very inefficient. When we started the planning process, we interviewed several window companies to retrofit the existing windows in our house, and we chose Lowry's Window and Door as our contractor. The reason we picked Lowry's is their customer service. The owner of the company, Bobby Lowry, came out to our house multiple times to identify a window that would fit within the existing windows, and then also a method that would allow us to keep all of the existing woodwork in the house and not have to redo any of it. Looking at all of the options for windows, we chose Pella double pane windows for our house because of their look and also their ability to be retrofitted into the existing window frames. Since completion of the project, we absolutely love our new dual pane Pella windows. I would recommend Lowry's for anybody looking to retrofit your existing windows or a new build because of their experience, craftsmanship, and exceptional customer service.
And welcome back. In other news, the Prescott Police Department Traffic Unit is releasing its latest enforcement numbers as officers continue efforts to reduce crashes and dangerous driving. Police report issuing 129 traffic citations and 93 warnings. There were also 310 parking citations and another 49 parking warnings. Officers also responded to 48 traffic collisions and made 11 DUI arrests. There were 21 total arrests and 23 vehicles impounded. Commercial vehicle enforcement was busy as well. 16 commercial vehicles were inspected, resulting in 156 violations, and 12 out of those 16 commercial vehicles were taken out of service. But police say enforcement is only part of making the roads safer. They're asking drivers to slow down, stay patient, and perhaps most importantly, keep emotions out of the driver's seat. That means maintaining a safe following distance, using your turn signals, allowing other drivers to merge, and avoiding aggressive driving or road rage. And if you're traveling in the left lane with another vehicle approaching from behind to pass, safely move to the right when possible. Their message is pretty simple: slow down, stay alert, be patient, and give the other guy the same courtesy you'd like behind the wheel. In other news, some Arizona schools could see their letter grades drop under the changes now being made to the state's school accountability system. The Arizona State Board of Education voted unanimously Monday to eliminate bonus points from the formula used to calculate the A through F school grades. Now, those grades are assigned annually using factors including academic proficiency, state assessment results, attendance, and graduation rates. But schools could also earn bonus points for other factors, including improvement in graduation rates and enrollment of students with disabilities. State education officials say those additional points have created an uneven system in which schools with significantly different academic performance can ultimately receive similar letter grades. And eliminating them could have a noticeable impact. Arizona Department of Education Chief Accountability Officer Sean Smith told the board that roughly 1 out of every 10 schools could drop an entire letter grade without those bonus points. Monday's vote is only the first step in a larger overhaul. The board must next decide which indicators previously rewarded through the bonus points should instead become part of the regular grading formula. The changes follow a report from the Arizona Auditor General that raised serious concerns about whether the current letter grades accurately represent how individual schools are performing. Among those findings, more than 77% of Arizona K-8 schools received an A or B, even though the current formula can allow schools to earn high overall grades without demonstrating equally high academic proficiency. The Auditor General recommended revising what each letter grade actually represents. State Superintendent Tom Horn has also said he intends to propose that no school receive an A rating if its students demonstrate low academic proficiency. So this is far from the last change we're likely to see in Arizona's school grading system. Well, coming up, we're squeezing in another very hot day across central Arizona today, including temperatures above 110 degrees here in Tonto Basin. But there's a change showing up in the forecast. A complete report on that and much more coming up next. Ponderosa Plumbing is Central Arizona's go-to plumbing team. For decades, homeowners, builders, and businesses have trusted Ponderosa Plumbing AZ for new construction, remodels, repairs, sewer and drain service, high-definition camera inspections, water heater installation, water treatment systems, and expert slab leak repair. When experience matters, when quality matters, when getting it done right the first time matters, Ponderosa Plumbing delivers. Locally owned, highly trusted, serving all of Central Arizona with honesty, craftsmanship, and unmatched know-how. Located at 107 West Wade Lane, Suite number 5 in Payson, call Ponderosa Plumbing AZ today at 928-476-4727. Ponderosa Plumbing AZ. Experience you can trust, quality you can count on. For years, KRIMFM.com has been your connection to Rim Country. But Central Arizona is bigger than one town, and our mission has grown right along with it. KRIMFM.com is now CentralArizonaRadio.com. The same local commitment you've trusted, now with a bigger reach, a stronger voice, and a name that says exactly who we serve. Local news, Central Arizona weather, community spotlight, Payson Longhorn sports. Great music and the stories that connect our communities. CentralArizonaRadio.com. Take Central Arizona with you. Taking a look now at Central Arizona weather. Well, the heat is hanging on for at least another day, but a significant change is showing up as we head toward the weekend. For today, expect plenty of sunshine across central Arizona with only isolated afternoon thunderstorms. Highs will range from the upper 80s around Heber to the mid to upper 90s around Prescott and right around 100 degrees in Payson. It gets considerably hotter as you drop in elevation. 104 in Sedona today, 105 expected in Globe, and a scorching 111 degrees today in Tonto Basin. Most of the region has only about a 10% chance of a thunderstorm today, although chances increase to around 30% across some of the higher terrain around Heber and the White Mountains. Tonight, you can look for partly cloudy skies with overnight lows ranging from the lower to mid-60s in the higher elevations, the upper 60s around Payson, to the mid to upper 70s around Sedona and Globe, and around 81 degrees in Tonto Basin. On the extended outlook, Thursday and Friday remain mostly dry and very hot, with Payson staying in the upper 90s and Tonto Basin around 109 to 110 degrees. But then things begin to change. Monsoon moisture makes a noticeable return this weekend. Thunderstorm chances increase on Saturday and become considerably better Saturday night and Sunday, with around a 50% chance for storms in portions of central Arizona. And along with that moisture comes some welcome relief from the heat. By Sunday and Monday, highs around Payson fall into the upper 80s, while Tonto Basin drops from 111 today to around the upper 90s. Scattered thunderstorms remain possible into Monday and Tuesday before chances begin decreasing. Remember, even when storm chances are relatively low, any thunderstorm that develops can produce dangerous lightning, sudden strong wind gusts, and locally heavy rain. And with temperatures still dangerously hot in our lower elevations today, drink plenty of water, limit strenuous outdoor activity during the hottest part of the afternoon, and once again, never leave children or pets inside a parked vehicle. And that's your Central Arizona weather for this Wednesday. And finally, the next time somebody tells you your package is out for delivery, you may want to look up. Two of America's biggest retailers are racing to dramatically expand drone delivery, including right here in Arizona. Amazon has offered drone delivery to customers within about 7 miles of its Tolleson operation for nearly 2 years. Now the company says it's expanding that service to 16 zip codes across the Phoenix metro area. And Amazon isn't alone. Walmart is also expanding its drone delivery operations as both retail giants race to bring the technology to more customers in cities across the country. The idea is pretty simple. Instead of ordering something online and waiting for somebody in a delivery truck to bring it to your front door, smaller packages can be loaded onto a drone, flown directly to your neighborhood, and delivered from the sky. And that could make the familiar neighborhood sound of barking dogs chasing UPS and FedEx trucks a little more interesting. Although we're guessing the dogs are going to have to seriously rethink their strategy, of course, there's still limitations. Weather can affect drone operations. There are restrictions on what they can carry, and the service isn't available everywhere. So don't expect a new refrigerator to come hovering over your house anytime soon. But that little item that you forgot, something that you need for dinner, or that gadget you suddenly decided you absolutely cannot live without, well, the day may be coming when you click Buy Now, and a few minutes later, look up. Technology marches on, or in this case, flies on. And that's going to do it for this Wednesday edition of Tonto-TV Central Arizona News. Remember, you can find our reports throughout the day at Tonto-TV.com and CentralArizonaRadio.com, as well as a host of social media outlets. I'm Randy Roberson. Thanks for joining us, and make it a great day.